ladies, so what I plan to do right now is walk you through your lower body home workout plan. Now this is going to be a plan that we're going to work through for 4 weeks before we change it, and actually your lower body and your home body, they're starting off pretty simple. That doesn't mean they're easy. Now every exercise will have a different level to it, so I'm going to meet you where you're at, okay? So we're all going to perform the same plan, however the exercises will look different from person to person. What I mean by that, so everybody is going to do the same movements as such. So there is 2 supersets and a tricep, so your lower body home exercises. But the exercises have different progressions to them. So if you're somebody who has trained for a lot of time, you're probably going to be adding holds and pulses into the exercise. If you're somebody who's new to training, you might be doing them body weight or assisted, okay? So let's dive straight in, because this might be something that you want to do with me real time. If you are new to exercise, it might be nice to sort of do it with someone. If not, watch the video, get an idea, and you crack on and do it in your own time. So we're going to start with a warm-up. Now obviously, because we're doing a lower body workout, we really only want to be warming up the lower body. We're doing a bit of core as well, but your core's always engaged throughout the workout. So here's a nice simple warm-up for you. Now with warm-ups, what I like to do is think about your joint mobility. So you're moving your joints through range of motion while you're moving, so it's getting all that fluid moving around in the joints, okay? So looking after your joints just as important as looking after your muscles. I want you to stand with your feet just outside hip width apart. We're going to bend down to touch our toes while keeping our legs as straight as we can. We're going to do 10 toe touches. Off we go. Stand up nice and straight at the top. And just keep your legs as straight as you can. If you need to bend your knees, do so. Just warming up the hamstrings and the back of the legs. In typical Abby style, I've lost count, so I'm just going to do 2 more here. Nice. Now we're going to do 10 air squats. Now you'll just go into a comfortable depth with this. We're just warming up. These are really good to warm up your hips, knees and ankles. Pretty much all your joints in the lower body. And once again, I've lost count. Guy, all you people who obviously see me for PT anyway, you'll 100% know I can't count. Not when I'm working out. Right, from here, we're going to go down onto the floor and we're going to go into a high plank position. Walk ourselves out into this high plank position. And we're going to do some Spider-Man. So we're going to bring our foot to our hand. Little few seconds there. And then swap legs. And what I like to do is when I bring my hand to my foot, or foot to my hand, just spend a little bit of time in that position. So you're lengthening under load all your joints down in the lower body. It's amazing how much better you work out when you warm up and mobilise properly. So it's well worth just spending a bit of time doing this. Once you've done 10 of each, you go again. I'm just going to do 5 this time, just because I want to get through the exercises. And it's easy for me to count. Squats. You don't have to do this. You can do your own warm-up, own mobility. This is just nice and simple.
Mummy,
hello. Okay, you go in there and I'll bring you something. No problem. I'll bring you something right now.
Well, don't do that right now.
And ladies, this is a perfect example. There's always going to be distractions, okay? That's fine. So what? I've had a distraction. It's not a problem. Easily sorted out by chocolate brioche. You all know. You all know how it is. Go on then, chicken bum. And stay out. There we go, look, distractions happen, it's fine. Okay, so we're going to crack straight off with the workout. Now, the exercise number 1, or superset number 1, consists of 2 exercises and it's a superset. That means you perform both exercises with no rest in between. So, you have sumo deadlift and kettlebell swings. And then the second child wants one. Sumo deadlift and kettlebell swings. So you're going to perform 10. Is it 10? I've got the exercises here. 12. It's 12. You're going to perform 12 sumo deadlifts straight into 12 kettlebell swings, then you rest. We're doing 3 sets, okay? So it's 3 sets of 12 reps. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell. You would just hold it like this for your sumos, okay? I'm going to use the kettlebell just because my kettlebell's heavier than my dumbbell. Now, you always want to go for the heaviest weight if you're somebody who's lifted weight before, okay? It's absolutely fine to start at a lower weight, but you need to make sure your form is right, okay? I don't want you just going for the heaviest weight because you feel like you should. Actually, it's more about getting the movement right. So, sumo deadlift, wide legs, much wider than your hip position. You're putting a lot more emphasis on other muscles rather than just the glutes and hamstrings and quads. You're getting a lot more muscle activation. Wide feet, narrow hands. This is your sumo stance. The kettlebell wants to start in line with your laces, and you always want to keep it a nice, straight, flat back. Okay, so your chest is always pushed through and your shoulders always pushed down. So what we don't want to happen as we come down is we round the spine, okay? We need to make sure our hips are back, our chest is through, and our shoulders are down. This is going to keep my spine or my torso in an upright position, okay? So from the side, my legs are wide, my hands are narrow, my back is active and pulled into position. From here, we come down to collect the kettlebell, okay? We're ready to start. We're going to go for 12 reps. Push our way through the floor. And stand. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Okay, so 12 reps of that. Now here is your alternatives. We can go body weight, okay? Here's your beginner. Wide-legged squats, okay? Wide legs, everything's the same. Your torso is pulled, it's active, keeping your spine protected. You squat down to a comfortable depth and you'll stand. When you come down, you need to make sure on the way up we're driving our knees out to stand, okay? 12 reps here. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is your standard that I've just showed you. And option number 3, you're going to add a pulse. So you would drop, raise up halfway, drop and stand. That would be 1 rep. 2, 3, you get the idea. Once you finish all 12 of your reps, whether you're doing option 1, 2 or 3, you're going to go in straight into your kettlebell swings. This is very much an explosive movement, and it's all about that hip pop that sends the weight up. It's creating momentum. It's not an upper body movement. So use momentum to let that kettlebell come in between your legs. Pop the hip. Pop the hip. Over exaggerate your hip pop. Okay? Really want to be popping your hips forward. The weight, your upper body's doing nothing. You know, you should be able to take your hands off quite easily because you're not pulling with your hands. It's momentum from that hip, aggressive pop, okay? 12 of them. Then you rest, okay? Just want to show you what that would look like if you have a dumbbell. You hold your dumbbell like so, and then the movement is exactly the same. Hip pop. And that's it. You're going to repeat that 3 times. 12 and 12. That's your superset number 1 complete. Superset number 2. Goblet split squats and courtesy squats. Okay, so again we have options. So a goblet split squat would be holding your kettlebell like so, upside down and close to the chest. That's goblet. Split squats. You're in almost like a lunge position. So from the side, you've got 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind. Now notice that back leg is not directly behind my front leg. You need to create a solid base. If you're someone who quite easily loses balance, enclose your hips by turning your feet inwards. From here, I want to make sure that the majority of my weight is on that front foot. It's a single leg squat, okay, split squat. So we're going to come down and raise. I'm going to do 12 reps on each leg. Once we've done 12, we switch legs and we repeat. Okay, options. Body weight. Everything's exactly the same. You just have no weight. Okay, and your option 3, you know what's coming. It's a pulse, and these are going to get nasty. You'll drop, raise halfway, drop, and stand. That's 1 rep. Once you've done all your split squats, you're going to do your curtsy squats. Now, I have programmed these for everyone body weight because there's a little bit more, there's a few different muscles involved. If you've not done them before, I don't want anyone to go in overload. So curtsy squat, really good for your side glutes. So from standing position, your leg's going to go behind the other leg, so that knee touches the floor, and stand. Take your time on that loading, on that downward phase. That's when the muscles are lengthening. So that's the eccentric part of the movement. So taking your time, not will only help with your balance, but actually it's better to do these nice and slow. If they are too easy for you, honestly, be my guest, grab some weight and do them weighted, holding a goblet. Okay, so that's your superset number 2. So 3 sets, 12 reps of both of them. Okay, then we go into our core, which includes glutes, marching bridge, crunch, and side plank rotations. So this is a tricep, or think of it like a circuit. Hopefully you can see. So I'm going to be on the floor. Let me just make sure you're going to be able to see me. Fine. So 3 exercises back to back now. So we're starting with the marching bridge. I'm going to show you this from the side. So we are laying flat on our back with our knees bent. Oh, my floor's cold. Now guys, use your elbows, okay? Elbows, boom, in the side. Feet need to be, I think I'm going to slip. But your feet need to be at the right distance from your butt to make sure you feel it correctly. If when you push up, you're not feeling it in your bum and hamstrings, you just need to adjust your foot position. Okay, if you're feeling it too much in your quads, your feet are probably too close to your bum. And if you're feeling it too much in your hamstrings, your feet are probably too wide. Okay, we're doing a marching bridge, okay? So 1 foot comes up. What I want you to focus on though is keeping your knees aligned. So we're not doing this or this, okay? Keep your knees aligned and you're just sort of extending at the knee, okay? 12 reps. From here, we come down. Hands go to the temples, and I want you to focus on the bottom of your ribs, crushing down towards your hips, okay? Bottom of your ribs, think about squeezing them down to your hips, okay? So yes, your shoulders are raising off the floor, but I don't want you to think about just picking your shoulders up. I want you to think about crunching your core, okay? 12 reps. Crunch and release. Crunch and release. Don't rush through these, okay? 12 reps here. From there, you're going to go into your side plank rotations. So you're going to come up onto your side. The elbow underneath you is going to support you. You're going to raise your hips up off the floor till all that's in contact with the floor is your elbow and your feet. This hand, that's normally the most awkward thing in the world, like where do you put it when you're side planking, we're going to use this for a bit of active core work. We're going to do some plank rotation, so not only are we getting this isometric hold, but also working the obliques with the rotation. So with that hand, I want you to take it and reach through, and then up overhead. Reach through, and then up overhead. And we're going to do 12 reps here. Once you've done your 12 reps, take a spin onto the elbow, up again, and perform the exercise on the other side. So you'll do your 12 marching bridges, your 12 crunches, 12 side planks each side, and then you will rest and repeat. So we've done 3 sets. So everything is 3 sets of 12 reps, nice and easy. And please make sure that you record all your data on the app and when you do the workout. It's just good to look back because you'll be able to, if you started maybe on week 1 body weight Week 2, you might do it weighted. Week 3, you might even be already adding the pulses in, because sometimes once you do the movement, you feel like you can progress a little quicker. Hopefully that all makes sense. If you need any more adjustments, for example, if it's still too easy with the pulses because the weight might be too light, send me a message because I can just change out a certain exercise for you. We might be able to do like a single leg things instead of double if it's far too easy. So hopefully that all makes sense and you know where I am. This is only going to work if you do it, and you're only going to do it if you're comfortable doing it. So if you're not comfortable doing it, shoot me a message. We can always do a video call. I can watch you doing the exercises, make sure you're doing them right, because I want you to get the most out of this. I will see you in the next video for the upper body.